Good morning, soon to be afternoon, in about 2 minutes. I'm not on the balcony because it's a bit blustery. I thought about it and I went out there, but it was a bit blusters gusters, so I've come into the kitchen zone just to be on the safe side. Oh, good afternoon, good morning, soon to be afternoon. Bolton, Chris is back. Trumpets out, Miss P's back. You're all back. You're all back from being away. I'm back from being away just for one night only. I'm off again tomorrow. Bit of a hoof. Another bit of a hoof going on. Sheffield and Falkirk. Super G, I'm going to Falkirk. It's anywhere near you. It's the second and third events of the Bobex tour. I say Bobex, it's Bob and Bex. Bob and I are going on tour with an event around the UK. So we did one in Dublin. I think I did a movement snap from Dublin when we were there, and the next one is Sheffield this Wednesday, and Friday in Falkirk. Anyway, good afternoon now. It's officially afternoon. It's noon. Come on in, movement collectors. All right, Julian with a G. Hey, look now. I've had cause to. It's a long story. I won't bore you with it. But I'm going to do a bit of a revisit to this today because I've got a stack of them in my eyesight right here. It's September. September. So we're going to do a bit of directional stepping and variations. Look, September. And some progress checks as well. Do you fancy a progress check on some movie parts, shoulder movie parts, balancing movie parts, and some variations along the way? You know, it's all variation on a theme, this movement malarkey. Without further ado, what's me name? 3, 2, 1. Bex Townley, later live training in the kitchen zone. In September of the active calendar, brackets, the 2024 calendar, you could say it's a shameless plug for the fact that there will be a 2024 calendar. And Super G, I shall not be mentioning that C word again, but your funny did make me laugh today. Mariah Carey, defrost has started. Right, I better get on with it. I'm just having a chat and a ramble here. So we don't need your calendar unless you want to. But I'm gonna refer to the progress checks here and a bit of September stepping. Yeah. Get rid of my yoga blockage. Have a slurp of the coffee. Calendar on hand. All starting with some circulation boosting. I'm in the light, the beam light of the Velux. External support close to hand. I'm at the sink. Plenty of things to do at the sink other than the washing up. In fact, I do everything but the washing up here at the sink. So weight even across both feet if you are in your stand option. Extra lift and extend. Oh, a bit of a squeeze and a lift and a perch the head on top. Start steady, stay steady. Keep it all low. How low can you keep the knees whilst getting as much movement around the feet? So you can have larger movement around the feet and the ankles whilst keeping the knees low. Squeaky feet. If you're in sit, have a hip walk forward. You might want to start upper limb on that, and add in arms and legs together. Keep the elbow tucked in. Make the most of the back end squeeze extension there. Switch through both sides. I do believe the sun is coming out. This would be good. I've got a list this morning that I'm wading through, and my reward of the list is to go out and get some fresh air, which I'm hoping is going to be fairly soon after this movement snack. Keep going, keep tickety-booing along on that, folks. Carry on, stand uppers. Here's your seated options. Have a hip walk forward if you would like. Away from slumpy slink into active sit. Work your way through one shoulder, the other. Be specific. It's not just a bit of that. It's more this, not that. It's range of motion. All around a more active trunk. I call it a trunk. You might call it a torso. It's just the bit in the middle, the big rectangular bit, is also significant in movement of arms and legs because it holds us upright, it fixes positions. Other options could be here. When you link the hands together, you're going to feel a little bit more turn going on. Keep it controlled and steady. It's not about pace, speed or momentum. It's all about your control of that turn and that arm movement. Include the legs if you'd like. Keep the knees on the logo again, reinforcing, keeping the knees down, keeping the knees down. Look, make it about the ankles, the feet and the toes. How is that? How are you fixed for that as your circulation booster? It really is doing that. It's generating, increasing blood flow to your moving parts. And just with the blood stuff comes the oxygen stuff. And all the moving benefits. If you're in for collecting movements, you've come to the right place. All right, having facilitated that support activity and the movement activity, moving into some progress checks. I'm going to refer to the calendar here, folks. I'm going to start with shoulder mobility. So here, you can take this in stand or sit, whichever you prefer. And you may have kept a log of previous progress of this range of motion. So it might be something you go back to, have a look at your calendar, any notes that you've taken. So the landmarks are, reading from here, comfortably getting to your ear, to the back of the head, to the base of the neck, between the shoulder blades. Those, you might want to check in with those 4 landmarks, or aim to check in with those 4 landmarks, seeing how comfortable you can get back of head, base of neck, between the shoulder blades. And can you feel that while you're having a go at that, your head isn't moving, your head isn't trying to accommodate that movement, back of neck squeezy down there, so it kind of brings in your back of arm stretch. The whole point of this is it's a marker of progress, movement, and you may feel that one side is more freely moving than the others. Once you've checked in with that, maybe put in a few extra circles there, and if you fancy, put in 3 extra big circles just to progress further those ranges of motion around your shoulders. All right, I'm going to go for a balance one this time, the 4-point balance, because there are 4 positions that you can place your feet in. Each of these positions of your feet is more challenging than the previous one, so you are exploring how balanced, how steady you feel when your feet are in 4 different positions. It's up to you how you play around with this. Start with some support close to hand. Your first position is with your feet close together, but your weight is even across both feet here. Have a look first and decide if you want to give it a go. So fingertips are coming off of your support, and in your head a slow count of 10, or I say a slow count, 10 seconds counting in your head. And it's a gauge, it's a measure, it's kind of a really useful self-monitoring tool to see where your balance is at today and on future days. If you make it to the 10 seconds, have a step aside. That means the balance challenge is off. If any time during that period of 10 seconds you feel the need to either place the hand on the support or take a reactive step. These are positive things. Acknowledge that reaction. That means you have successfully managed the wobble. But then have a log down of how many seconds elapsed before you needed to do that. So aiming for the 10 seconds, at the point that you put the hand down or you need to take an extra step, how many seconds is that, and write it down. The aim is that you progress, or maintain the balance capability and reactions that you have. That's the first position, feet side by side. Here's the second position. I'm turning slightly sideways so you can see. I take a step there, so my feet are now in this position, and repeat the same thing. Upright, more upright gives better balance. Weight even across both feet. Remove the hand and start to feel how that is for you. At the point that you either need to replace the hand or take a reactive step, this is still a successful outcome because you've managed the wobble. The aim is to manage the wobble for longer and over time get to that 10-second point and log that down. So that's your level 2 position. If you were confident at achieving 10 seconds with your feet in that half tandem position, now you may want to try the full tandem, which is as if you are placing your feet on a straight line. Here's the check. Weight across both feet. Try not to hang back on that back foot. Weight across both feet. Only then is the balance really on. Now feel that. Up taller, really feel steady and strong in your feet, and you can start to hover the hand and as I'm going to repeat it because it's significant. You will feel the ankles working at the point at which you need to take a reactive step or hand down or both. This is success. The success is in the reactions and the responses. The aim is just to stay a bit longer before that requires you to do so. So there's your third position. Can you get to your 10 seconds? If so, step back to base. This removes the balance challenge. Now the fourth level of challenge is to stand on the single leg, stand on one leg. And generally we say to do that with the leg nearest to the support. So you've got all the support on the same side. Hand is here, leg is here. Prep the foot behind there a bit. The leg goes back so that this thigh stays straight down, avoiding picking the knee up to the front. So just prepare it behind, and then it can act as the brake as well. There's the thing again. Weight across that leg. Remove the hand as and when you feel ready. At any point, either hand place or foot down. Aiming for the feet to respond. Here's the biggest aim here. This is the biggest ask. That your feet do the reactions, because there won't always be some support here. So the primary aim is to get foot reactions, feet reactions, re-establishing a balanced position, setting it up again. So you're looking to achieve two things really. A longer time on this one leg, stay there. I mean, you can go beyond 10 seconds. Can you get all the way up to 20, 30 seconds? And you'll start to feel fatigue around the ankles because it requires strength to stand on one leg, and go for the reaction. And then you might want to do the other leg, which is going to mean turning around, off you go again. Set position, there's the balance, put down. It's such an easy one to keep track of and keep checking in with. I mean, give yourself a wobble every day. Why wouldn't you? A wobble a day. I might get a t-shirt with that on it. A wobble a day. You heard it here first. A wobble a day ensures there's something to rhyme there. I haven't got my rhyming head on. A wobble a day. You could say keeps a fall at bay. I don't know, maybe something more positive. Anyway, that's your 4-point balance. Look, and it's It's here in the 2023 calendar. There it is, there it is. All right, I'm going to move on. I'm not going to do, yes I am, back of thigh stretch. Have a check in with this then. Seated position, leg out, extend, relax the foot. This is essentially our 4 p.m. back of thigh stretch. But you're checking in with your functional reach to see at what point you're comfortable to hinge, knee, shin, ankles, feet, toes and beyond. So it's a back of thigh stretch, still moving slowly with control, but you're adding in either a single arm or it could be a double arm here, there, and that's a gauge of your range of motion capability to get your hands to the floor. Again, log it, knee, shin, ankles, feet, toes and beyond. All right, I'm going to finish with September's movement, which is directional step-in. It's directional step-in September. Okay, here's your options. In a seated position, rehearsing foot placement and hip hinge and functional reach actually. So you could take, there's your stepping to the front. So the heel places first, followed by the rest of the foot. And you can bring a hip hinge and you could bring a functional reach in with that as well. Rehearsing your sideways stepping is ball of foot, making sure that the ankle stays under the knee. If I turn this way, looking to avoid that and the whole thing. So it's the whole of the hip that's rotating out, turning out here, there. So you can practice your sideways stepping in sit, focusing on using the feet there to drive the leg up. In stand, sink or a fixed firm support is the ideal support for this one. So you can rehearse your forward step, back to base, your side step, back to base, and also checking you've got room behind the back step. This is preparing for all eventualities in daily life, in usual activities, and in any situation where you're going to feel unbalanced and need to take a reactive step. Hips are best to be ready for all of those different directions here. Moving around this fixed support leg. The heel can come up on that one. You can play around with the range of motion. You can go small ones, you can go wide ones. If you're confident without support, go for it. It's essentially a balance activity, shifting the weight across 1 foot and 2 feet. To get the other leg moving and reacting as well, step around this direction. And there we go again. That is it. So, bringing the calendar back into the mix. How about that? September's directional stepping, October next week, which brings us to upper back strength now. All right, that's it. Michael, good afternoon. Hello 12 party pants of Michael. That's great. Thanks for your continued support, Michael, and Davina as well. It's great to see you there. We're on the mission, Davina, to get the 2024s on the go, hoping that they'll be available for purchase early November. That's the aim at least. Okay, that's it. Kels is with you at 4 p.m. today. Keep checking, keep movement progressing. Look, do you remember there's the three check-offs there. Structured targeted exercise with Michael, everyone, plus moving more frequently is where the benefits at. If you want all the benefits, keep collecting the movements. Thanks, Davina, for the high five. All right, that's me done, folks. I've rattled on enough. Chaos will be with you in 4 hours. Oh, my noon tomorrow is going to be scuppered. I'll have to hatch a plan. I'll be on a train tomorrow at noon, so watch this space and I'll give you a I'll give you an alternative. Davina, super, thank you, thanks Davina, and I think I'm going to see you on one of the events fairly soon. All right folks, bye for now. Margaret, what are you saying? Clippage in the garden. Yes.